welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon. Looks like we have some things out here. Guys, appreciate my parallel parking for today. Surprised there's still snowbanks out here. I guess if it hits my van, it's alright. Yeah, my parallel parking for today is pretty impressive. You notice when I was swinging the van around, it seems like this town the roads are just a little bit wider than the other town I do. Got a snowbank there, and we got a little snowbank back here. Oh, parked on ice. That is ice. Alright everyone, welcome back. Let's see what this week has in store. Hopefully we can find a bundle of joy somewhere. But it is trash picking day here at Taco Stack, so let's make it a fun episode. See what happens. Let's do it. I just broke it. Let's see what that is. Let's put this guy's garbage bag up there. Back down the road. I'll take this guy. See? A little bit of courtesy, find something else. I did get out here a little bit earlier. Right now it's 6:41. So I think the last video from Saturday, I think that was like 6:55. Already made 2 stops. So we're heading in the right direction, but yeah, we're out here a little bit earlier. This is getting recorded on a weekend day, so obviously we're posting this on Monday, but it's way more cars are parked here because, well, a lot of people just work Monday to Friday. And when I say a lot of people, I don't mean everyone, I just mean a larger portion. What we got out here? I see boxes, I see some furniture. We'll go inspect. Looks like trash. Looks like trash. Got my finger stuck just now. I was carrying that, I got my finger stuck in there. On the bottom 3rd shelf, I think, or the 2nd shelf, and it hurt. And just for half a second, I thought I was in trouble there. I was trying to pull it out and it wouldn't come out of the little frame thing. No. Still kind of hurts. That's funny. That could have been really bad. A little icy, a little icy. Well, not too bad. This has some ice on it. Which is kind of weird because yesterday it was super, super warm. Got out, did some work outside, worked in the garage. Wanted to continue that today at some point. It's always work. You gotta work, 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 work. Never lay around and watch Sons of Anarchy or something, you know, for a whole day. That'd be interesting. Just doing one of those kind of days. I haven't had one of those days probably since like 17 years old. Probably watching Jersey Shore or something, you know? Can't believe how much snow is still here. That's what's really crazy. Alright, I don't think it's down this road. Nope, it's the next road. There was a guy in a red truck. Grrr. And I think he's trash picking. We got new competition. Yep, he's out there. There he is, red truck. With the high beams on and everything. Read the room, turn the high beams off. So I saw him loading up with a ton of scrap metal. So I don't know what that was all about, but he found himself a honey hole. Well, somebody must have had an obsession. I'm going to come back and see if I want to take the bottom of that chair, which I might be. And get all 5. The answer is no. Tell you what, I'm going to have a lot of wire to clip again. I was trying to keep it all in one section. Maybe I'll try doing that. Put all the stuff that I need to clip back here. Everything else that's already done, I'll keep up front. I don't know where that guy in the red truck is. I don't even know where he came from. Never seen a truck in my life, never seen a person in my life. But there was 2 people and they were digging through something. It's all in good fun though. I always say once the weather gets a little warmer, you get a lot of people just coming out and about doing things like that. It just kind of becomes more of a hobby, something to do. A lot of people like doing spring cleaning. I remember good Blue Bus Dave told me to go to New Jersey for some bulk pickup. You know, he used to do whatever that bulk pickup was. I don't think he filmed it, but he used to do it. Alright, that's plastic. That's metal. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there eventually. This trim thing is going. This van's going. No, it's not going. Kind of self-determined that I'm not selling or trading in my van this year. Might do it next year. You know, I was actually looking at one van. There's one van the dealership had, and they had it like $8,000 off MSRP at the end of December. And let me tell you, because this also happened with my Jeep, because I was going to buy a Jeep truck an hour into a whole different thing. But if you're looking to buy a vehicle and you're thinking, hey, look, let's say it's 2026. There's 2026 vehicles on the market, and it's December. And you think, well, if we get into January, it will then be last year's model. So being last year's model will be even cheaper. The answer seems to be no. If you get a good deal in December, the end of December, that deal at the end of December, even for that year's model, will always be better than in January on that year's model, on that same vehicle. So buy in December. Don't think that, hey, if I wait until January, it will now be last year's model and it'll be even cheaper. Because one, it won't be. A lot of the rebates and incentives don't kick in or back in until February or March. And by then, the vehicle is probably already going to be sold. It seems like what they did with both of my vehicles I was looking at is my Jeep. They got rid of half of the incentives in January, so it ended up being more money in January than December. And the van, I think, was good until January 2nd or January 3rd, and then it was sold. So, tomato, tomato. So what I'm really getting at is, if you're looking to buy a vehicle, you find a good deal in December, buy it in December. Or otherwise you're going to have what happened to my Jeep with the oil adapter, oil filter housing. You're going to spend an exorbitant amount of money on something that you really don't even want to keep anymore. Nope, not fired up, just trying to educate. Anyway, back on the move. Finding stuff. More metal. Still smell that skunk again. Ooh. Do I need that? Do I need that? Probably not, but you know what? They sell. Seems like it works fine. Is this a wheel check? No, it's alright. Man, it smells like a skunk again. Don't know why. I can't figure it out. It's a nice car. That's an ugly looking couch. Oh, they might have some. Oh, they might have a sink. Everything in the kitchen sink, right? Ooh. Sinks are a tough subject with old Taco right now. I was gonna say, maybe I'll make that a today project. So I have a whatever that the check valve or the on-off switch. It's not on this one. I can see. Actually, it goes. I believe it goes right at the end of these hoses. Oh, this is one of those. Okay. Now, anyway, the check valve. Yeah, it's still, yeah. Check valve goes like after this thing. It's got like there's like a ball valve or something inside it. I think the ball went bad. Oh my goodness gracious. That thing just went right in my you-know-what. That thing. This thing weighs, gotta be 150 pounds. I mean, I manhandled it because, you know, my diet's so well and I go to the gym, but it still weighs 150 pounds. My heart is beating 1,000 pounds per minute right now. But anyway, sore subject. Because that bowl thing is leaking in the check valve or the on-off valve, and I have to replace it. Sounds pretty easy, but when you're dealing with plumbing that's 40 years old, you're dealing with plumbing that's 40 years old, and not 40 years old of like metal, 40 years old of plastic. So I'm really expecting it to crack and shatter, and then it means I have to replace all the piping, which I don't have that much room to work with. I got like a couple inches there of pipe, so I'm not going to be happy. We'll put it that way. If it breaks. If it doesn't break, it's a 20-minute job. If it breaks, it turns into like a 3-hour job. Alright, well this is really interesting. Free. There's all sorts of random stuff out here. What makes this super interesting is I know the people who live here. I used to actually coach them in baseball. Weird, huh? Piece of copper wire. Some more random copper wire. It's a sealed unit down here. That's interesting. So yeah, I used to coach them in baseball. This goes back probably 10 years ago. I don't know if I assume it's probably the same people. I mean, son obviously moved on. I guess they're probably just selling the house. That would be my guess. But my assumption is they are now throwing away everything in the house. Hope everything's all right. I mean, it's kind of weird that you just kind of chuck everything like this. Oh, that trash here. Vivo La Stool, yeah, he was kind of a bar stool kind of guy. Bar stool, you guys know about it, bar stool. Take this for the guy. See some basketballs. Yeah, they actually, I remember when the season ended, or wait, no, it wasn't the season. I think I went to his graduation party. It's a very interesting time in my life, where like you're 25 or 24, however old I was. Time to a new place, a new town. Oh, it's interesting time, interesting. These, I mean, they would have been great if they weren't these clay ones. Televisions. Curious where this random sealed unit came from. But anyway, yeah, I went to like his graduation party, and it was like one of those moments, you know, like when you're kind of new to things, or like you don't know anyone, like you know one person at a party. It's kind of like going to a wedding, you know, like somebody invites you to a wedding and the only person you know is the person getting married. So you sit at a table with a bunch of people, you have no clue where they're from or what their name is. It's kind of like how taco felt. I think I'm not missing anything else. Right, not missing. Snuggie. I'm just curious why it's like thrown away like this. This one piece over here is actually kind of neat. Unfortunately, the top is all jacked up on it. It's kind of a neat piece of furniture. Anyway, I guess we're out of here. We're out of here. No, moving out. They have to be moving out. I mean, a kid graduated high school 10 years ago. I don't think he still lives there. Better yet, I don't even know if they still live there. I don't even know. Who's all that stuff? I don't know. Alright, so I don't actually scrap every single thing I find. I thought this was a neat little sticker on it. Always buy Moist in Air fresh cigars. I don't know if it was supposed to be some sort of... it's probably like a humidifier kind of thing. I don't know how old it looks. 70s to me, but that logo looks definitely a little bit older. So we're going to put that aside. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that guy. But yeah, we're bringing apart some of the metal. I did just get back and unloaded some things, but if I bring all this wire in, that's going to be nice. I took out the air conditioner, which that's going to be a beauty to take apart. That one's an old one. But yeah, there's a lot of wire here. Now is always the fun part. I get to look at whatever someone else dropped off. The last time I was here, somebody dropped off a whole box of ballasts in here into the light-on pile. And I don't know if they ever grabbed it to put it in the other building. In fact, I don't even know how often they actually do that. I know some of these scrapyards really don't micromanage to that extent. It's not worth it to pay someone X amount of money to, you know, just separate metal from over here. He was, however, saying how it's been super, super busy. That's funny. He said I was the 9th person to show up. It's only like 8:30 or so. They've been open for about 45 minutes. I was the 9th person, and I just looked over, and 2 other trucks are driving over there. So what we got out here? Another oil tank. Those look like motors of some sort. Those are cast iron motors. There's another cast iron rotor over there. That stuff should be brought over to the cast iron pile. But like I said, I don't think they separate to that extent. If this was my scrapyard, I probably would, and then I'd realize really quick why they don't, for whatever reason. I mean, this place has been open a pretty long time. I think they haven't figured it out. Alrighty, well, 46 bucks. Today's adventure, that was good. Obviously, I took a lot of wire in. That was not a part of the trash picking route. I did have a couple of things of wire, maybe, what, 5 or 6 different appliances that I cut cords off of. But yeah, I got 46 bucks. That one bucket of wire was 19 pounds. I had some sheet aluminum, of course, the light iron. So, yeah, another day in the books. Another fun one. Another fun treasure hunt here on this early morning. Spring is just around the corner. We're now in March. How awesome is that? I guess, well, we're a month away from flea market season. Essentially, I haven't really thought about flea market season. But anyway, today was a trash pick episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed it, as always, hit the like button. It helps me out, helps grow the channel, and you want to see more just like this, you haven't already, subscribe down below. Check out my trash picking playlist with over 1,200 episodes of nothing but trash picking. Catch you guys next time for next episode here with Taco Snacks. Till next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.